Thank you. Looks like a nice day this afternoon for that event. We've got Chief Meteorologist Dave Nussbaum joining us. It's finally starting to feel like October out there.
It is. Temperatures are dropping. The dry air is here, which we typically see this time of year. And unfortunately, that means the drought's going to get worse as we go forward here because we're not expecting rain, at least for the next 7 days. Now, as we head to the weekend, lovely weather, less humid air, nice, crisp and comfortable mornings out there, but we'll have some more afternoons. And finally, the fall feels out there, too, this weekend, as we'll have those crisp mornings I'm talking about as well, too. So here's our weather pattern. Big dip in the jet stream. That's the river winds aloft in the western part of the country. That's what's called the trough. Ridge over the eastern part of the country going to be building in here from the southwest. That is going to keep us dry for next week. So we're not going to see any kind of rain out there. And you can see my forecast reflects that all the way through Friday. Looks like dry conditions, a lot of sunshine, but we're going to have some warmer temperatures. Now, you go back to July 1st here in Birmingham, have only picked up 8.3 inches of rain. And so far this month, just over 1/10 of an inch of rain. So you have all this dry weather. Unfortunately, that means the drought is bad, especially over southwestern part of Alabama, where an extreme drought is in effect. Moderately dry to abnormally dry here across the rest of us. So we're still looking at, again, there's really dry conditions. On top of that, we're looking at the humidity staying fairly low throughout the next 5 days as well. So enjoy the break in the humidity, finally feeling more like October. Beautiful out there right now from a BJCC camera. Some sunshine, 79 degrees. Nice little breeze today. We've seen it all day, around 11 miles per hour. The dew point 54. That's that comfortable air. We're at 73 in Coleman to 79 in Jasper. How about 76 Gadsden, Aniana, Asheville, back to Anniston, Lineville area 80s there from Alabaster back to Brent, headed to Tuscaloosa, Mountville at 82. But you got dew points here in the 40s and 50s, and that's that really dry air, especially over the eastern part of the state coming down there from the mountains, really helping to dry things out. A couple clouds to the west here from Hamilton, Sullivan, Fayette back toward Reform, Gordo area. Lots of clouds. You get to the Carolinas here back into Georgia, and some of these are going to spill their way in our direction overnight tonight, tomorrow. It's all part of a low developing here of the southeastern part of the coastline, eventually going to become a big nor'easter and a problem for the northeast. Not for us, though. We'll see some of those high clouds coming in from after 9 o'clock tonight. How about by 1 a.m. already down to 60 tomorrow morning, waking up anywhere from about 50 to 55 or so degrees outside. Nice, crisp, comfortable morning to start your Saturday, getting to 80 in the afternoon. And then on Sunday, 82 will be our high there. Morning low about 53 here in town. But you can see some areas, look at that, Double Springs, Coleman, 40s for you, Asheville, Talladega, back to Lineville. Nice and chilly out there. So if you're going to be any fire pits, make sure you have that contained. Don't want to spread any kind of fires going on. Great weather for the Alabama-Mizzou game, 65 for 11 a.m. kickoff there. Could see some rain and storms, though, for Florida Atlantic as they take on UAB down there in Boca Raton. 81 for that 5 o'clock kickoff, and big game at Auburn taking on Georgia. 74 and sunny, nice and comfortable. Maybe with that Auburn gear because it will be a little cool once that sun goes down. Barktoberfest in Pelham looking great there from 10 to 5. We're looking at 67 at 10 a.m. by the evening hours. Temperatures back to the mid to upper 70s to around 80 degrees in the afternoon. Looking at the tropics, still watching Tropical Storm Jerry down here. What was Subtropical Storm Karen, no longer any kind of tropical characteristics with that. That's going out to sea. Jerry no longer expected to become a hurricane, kind of maintaining his tropical storm status here as it curves just off to the right of Bermuda and head out to sea. Nothing we need to worry about, which is great news. So dry weather, but look at the big warming trend. Getting to the middle 80s here for much of next week. Nice cool mornings, warm afternoons, and then maybe, cross your fingers, may see a little rain trying to return Sunday and Monday of the following weekend.